Often when we find ourselves in difficult situations, our focus narrows onto the problem, becoming obstructed by the hole we find ourselves in, and we lose the bigger picture perspectives on our lives. In this video, I'll invite you to take a helicopter view of your life, dividing it into 8 suggested areas. Please feel free to relabel any of them to be more accurate for you. I'll then offer guidance to proactively charge your metaphorical batteries in each of these areas. Most things we do in life either run our batteries down and deplete us, or will charge our batteries and set us on a proactive upward journey in life. I hope to provide value that will help you do the latter. Regarding the mental aspect, our thoughts, which run incessantly throughout our waking hours, can be divided into one of 3 places. Focused on things that happened in the past, either good or bad, on things we think might happen in the future, also good or bad, or on what's happening right here, right now, in this moment. In reality, about 95% of our thoughts dwell in the past or the future, with very little time focused in the present. Thoughts about the past that naturally happen, but that will deplete your energy, include dwelling on things that went wrong, on things that we wish never happened, or any similar thought that leads to the experience of things like guilt, regret, resentment, or similar. This line of thinking seldom works for us. What does work is to think about and connect with old mates from the past, recalling fond memories, and repairing potential damage to previous relationships. Reach out with an apology, offer an olive branch, or build a bridge that was unnecessarily broken in the past. In our current situation, many of us will be spending time pondering and maybe even worrying about the future. The more we spend time worrying about what might go wrong, the more stressed, anxious, and even depressed we will make ourselves. What's important is that we will be doing this to ourselves. The more time we deliberately or consciously spend thinking about the value or opportunities that lie ahead, which may be hidden from obvious view at the moment, the more we will feel uplifted and our batteries will get charged. What's possibly most realistic is to have a healthy balance between planning for the difficulties that may lie ahead and at the same time looking at the gifts that we are currently being given through this awakening. Better still, the more time we spend being fully present, focusing on what we're doing right now, in this moment, the more we will sail through this experience. On the emotional aspect, just like that athlete I mentioned in earlier videos who suddenly experiences that career-limiting injury at the peak of their career, there are some common experiences that we can expect to go through. I've already posted on the first 2 categories, denial and blame, as well as frustration and anger. Most of us have or will still experience some amount of fear, and if we spend too much time in a fearful state, we may experience panic. I will deal with fear in the next video, but for now, know that we create this own experience of fear for ourselves. We do this by spending too much time focusing too closely on all the things we think might go wrong in the future. It has been clinically proven that when healthy, normal people spend a high percentage of their time focusing 1 on themselves and 2 on negative things, that they actually become depressed. There is a very real possibility that some of us will think ourselves into a depressed state over the coming weeks and months. We will do this to ourselves, yet this does not need to happen. We're all likely to travel through a number of low emotions. That's normal and okay. Hopefully, we'll all emerge with a comfort and acceptance of what is, and we'll go on to find a deeper purpose for it and within our lives. Let's help each other get to the light that is definitely there at the end of this tunnel. On the physical aspect of our lives, 2 main areas are energy in and energy out. Energy in relates to the food we put in our mouths. Eating for health, to fuel up, will fill up our batteries, where eating unconsciously or badly or to fill up will more than likely deflate our batteries and inflate our waistline. Ideally, our liquid intake should be healthy and also energize us. Let's drink alcohol ideally for pleasure and not as a crutch, specifically in that alcohol is a depressant, so we should look to use it sparingly, especially if we're not in a great mental space. Energy out happens by moving, doing exercise, and there's plenty of online resources to support whatever your exercise goals may be. One of which is to emerge from this experience hopefully fitter, stronger, and better off, thanks to the time we've had to exercise. Spiritually, I certainly won't prescribe what to do, only that you attend to this aspect of your life, which can be a significant source of internal energy. Be diligent in following whatever your chosen practice or religion. Maybe consider doing regular meditation or mindfulness sessions, all of which are available online, and ideally follow a daily gratitude ritual. Finances may well be an area of stress for many, which is understandable. Suggestions are to ensure that you have a financial plan to navigate your way through this time, get good advice that you can trust in formulating that plan, and then allocate time to act on that plan. Not taking action and sitting worrying about finances will only lead to stress. When it comes to hobbies, suggestion is to take your current hobby to the next level or use this time to learn a new skill. Allocate a certain amount of time each day to doing this, and in 3 weeks' time, you will have gained a significant proficiency in whatever it is that might interest you. Of additional value here is that almost all hobbies provide a great way to focus your mind into the present. Intellectually, use this time to get what I call a micro degree. Pick a subject that interests you, a very specific niche, and spend, say, 30 minutes, maybe 5 times a week online learning about it. Again, in 3 weeks' time, you'll find yourself highly knowledgeable in an area that will hopefully add value to your life going forwards. Finally, the social aspect. Many of us are already building connections with people we haven't contacted as often as we'd like to. Make a list of the people you'd like to connect with over the coming weeks and reach out to 1 or 2 old friends a day. Finally, there are people who will not be able to earn money or buy food. This is a precarious time for many countries and communities, and we do not want to have hungry people who are desperate for food for themselves and especially not for their children. There's enough people, money, and goodwill to feed everyone out there. Find out who's doing this in your community and make whatever contribution you're easily able to. This is not an option, but rather a social obligation. So there you have it. There's one way of taking a helicopter view of your life, of getting some perspective and being proactive in each area of your life that you feel is important. Be diligent about how you spend the gift of time and energy this lockdown has provided. Charge your batteries way more so than what you run them down. And you'll be giving yourself the best chance of emerging from this better off and stronger for the experience.